And as far as the initial investment, how long did it take for you to recuperate that investment? Are you 6 months?
I don't think it wasn't more than 6 months before I can say, okay, I've made the money I've spent. Now everything else after that is going to be profits. But that comes with the 6 to 7 days a week around the clock, just constantly working on the business. And that doesn't mean just being with clients. I'm on my Instagram. I'm trying to make content, promotions, and handing out my business cards. Even if I'm at Walmart and grocery shopping, you could hand the clerk your business card and that's still exposure. So it's like you're constantly thinking about how can I grow the business? How can I expand? How can I make it easier without as much physical labor? You know what I mean? And that's what also got me into doing the booth rent, because I get to share my space where I'm doing my work, and then I'm also making money while helping other people grow their business.
So what made you choose this location?
So after, during that shutdown when we were all at home for like 3-4 months, this was the first place I came across, and I just took my chances and I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. Your biggest fear is yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, you criticize yourself the most than other people. So you have to be able to face yourself and let go of those fears and just go. But that's not just thinking it's gonna happen overnight. You're gonna have to put that effort in. You're gonna have to put the work in order to see results.
So if somebody's looking to start their own, salon, would you say it's like they're leaving the 9-to-5 rat race but starting a 24/7 startup phase?
It does feel like that, but it's temporary. Would you rather do 9 to 5 for 50 years, or would you rather take 2 years of 24/7 and then you can relax after that?
Did you have a 9 to 7 before?
Yes, I was an esthetician working inside of the Walmarts. There was a place called Seva. I think they go by M Beauty now, and that's where I was clocking in, but I was still doing the same work that I'm doing now.
What's some pros and cons of working a 9 to 5 or owning your own business?
One of my favorite things about having a 9 to 5 was that it's much less stressful. You just go in, you clock in, you do your work, you clock out and you go home, and then you're living your personal life. Versus whenever you're a business owner, there's other things that happen behind the curtains that people don't see. If you have to reschedule clients, if you have a leak in the building, if you have an inspection, you have to be able to show up, and there'll be emergencies that happen, and it's just a lot of stuff that you wouldn't deal with if you had a 9 to 5. So it does come with a little bit more stress, but in the long run, it's definitely worth it.
All right, so what's your profit margin?
I haven't calculated it to the dot or have it on the top of my head. I would say like a 30% investment into, supplies, bills, and then the other 70% would be profit.
So if you had to guesstimate, what's your average revenue on a month or a yearly basis?
My income?
Yeah.
It is over 6 digits. Once I opened the business, it took me about a year to get there. A year of consistent hard work, sacrifice. You can't spend your weekends going out to the club. You need to get your rest. You still need to have, take care of your mental health at the end of the day. So I feel like my biggest sacrifice was what the average 20 to 25-year-old does with their personal time. I sacrificed that. And I know that I didn't get to enjoy it, but I'm looking forward to doing that in the next couple of years.
So if somebody was trying to open their own salon, what some advice would you give them? Like stuff you know now that you wish you had known then?
Start small first. Get into somewhere like a suite, because you won't have to make as big of a commitment. If I could go back, I would go back and save more money before I get started. My plans were out of the blue, but I would advise that whatever you think you need, save double that, just in case there's an emergency or if anything happens. So if you think that you need $10,000 as startup, go ahead and wait till you save your $20,000 and then go into it, because you're not sure what's gonna come up. There's a lot of other hidden things behind the curtains that people just don't talk about, and everybody's situation is gonna be different.
So what's your future plan for your salon? You trying to add on to it? What?
I am comfortable where I'm at, but there is always room for growth. My end goal is I want to create different locations where other people can reach their dreams and their goals as entrepreneurs, and that gives me less physical labor. So I would still have a career, I would still have an income, I would still have work, but just very minimal, and then it would push more over to I'll make my money off of the booth rent.
What's one crucial information you learned from running your business that you didn't know before?
Nobody's gonna hold your hand and walk you through it. You're gonna have to believe in yourself. The people you think are your biggest supporters, they might not be your supporters. I can say from my own experience, the higher you go, the lonelier it gets. Not everybody wants you to do great, but as long as you believe in yourself, you can do it. As long as you're putting in that work, it can happen.
How do you manage the stress that comes with business?
I have a therapist that I see every week, and we do talk about work a lot. One of the biggest things that we have been working on lately is how to separate work and your personal life. You have to have boundaries. There are limits. You can't literally work around the clock 24 hours a day. You do need to have some downtime. You still need to go on your vacations. You still need to have your healthy relationships and real life outside of work, because you don't want to feel like you're burnt out. You don't want to hate what you do, because it can get overwhelming.
So where can people find you if they're trying to get some information from you or book with you?
My biggest platform right now is my Instagram. You can find me at @s_s_beautify. All of my information is on there.
All right, guys, so this is a wrap on this video. Hope you guys learned something. If you learned anything, leave a comment, give us a share. Until the next video, we'll see you guys.